Kath, I must admit, as a mom, I'm finding it extremely overwhelming walking to a store and trying to find something that will provide my children with additional nutritional support.
I can totally understand that because there is such a variety. And I think there's also a little bit of confusion between nutritional supplementation, and then you also get a lot of fortified products. So for example, you get your growing up milks, which are like fortified cow's milk. You get your fortified breakfast porridges. You even get fortified yogurt. And this can create quite a lot of confusion amongst parents.
Firstly, can you please tell me, what does fortified mean?
Fortified is really when a manufacturer will add additional vitamins. Normally it's micronutrients, so it's normally vitamins or minerals that are added, like for example, fortified yogurt might have added calcium to it, maybe a bit of vitamin D, or your fortified porridges might have a bit of extra vitamin B or something like that. So they try and match the nutrients in there with a little bit extra. Whereas a nutritional supplement like Pediasure would be a source of a variety of both your macro and your micronutrients. So both your protein, your calories, and your vitamins, your minerals, and it would normally meet all the requirements that are needed for your child in the day. So that is the difference between a fortified food product and a nutritional supplement.
That's interesting. I honestly thought it was all in the same bucket per se. I actually didn't know the difference, to be honest.
Yeah, so I think the important thing to remember is that when making a decision what to choose, your fortified food is just really good food. So it's food that's going to give good amounts of nutrition, and it's going to offer your child a healthy food choice. Whereas if your child is lacking in a certain vitamin, in a certain mineral, or in maybe a protein or a food group, a fortified food is not going to meet those needs or correct those deficiencies in your child. Whereas giving your child then a nutritional supplement as part of a healthy diet will actually correct certain deficiencies and fill nutritional gaps in your child's diet. Does that make sense?
It does. And it leads me to think, because my one child is like a really good eater, whereas the other one is more picky. But would a supplement be beneficial to both of my kids, or just to the one that doesn't eat that well? Would there be any benefit for the good eater?
Yeah, I love that question, because I think the reality is all children have some stages, both in their day and their week, where they won't necessarily meet all their nutritional requirements because of extra demands that might be placed on them. And it could be mental demands through school. You know, there's a lot of stress. There's a lot of need for achievement. There's sporting events. There's time constraints. And that's where I really see a role for a nutritional supplement, even in your child who's a great eater, could definitely benefit on those days where you have to kind of run from one activity to another and there's not much time to actually consume a proper meal, or where he's going through a growth spurt and suddenly you just feel like you've got this empty hole that you need to fill, and there's a nutritional supplement can play a huge role in that case. And then there's times when obviously he does get sick. And, you know, we really know the benefits of giving a nutritional supplement during an illness to make sure that you maintain nutritional adequacy and that any deficiencies from the illness or low appetite are filled in that time. So there's definitely a role for a nutritional supplement, both for your picky eater who might need a few more servings of a supplement like Pediasure, for example, or for your child who's a healthy eater could benefit from a nutritional supplement like Pediasure for the extra demands that he will face as he grows and as he develops and as he faces challenges in his day.
Yeah. How do you feel about growing up milks? I often see that in store, and I'm not really sure if it's worth me adding that to my kids' diet at all.
My concern with a lot of the growing up milks is that they don't offer a whole lot of extra nutrition. So it's just fortified cow's milk in most cases. And what tends to happen is children can often overdrink on that and then they kind of fill up their tummies, but it doesn't give them that comprehensive amount of nutrition that if they need a nutritional supplement, that will fulfill that space much better and correct deficiencies. Growing up milks are not there to correct deficiencies. So the role for growing up milks, in my opinion, is not as needed as what you would need to have a nutritional supplement to actually fill those gaps.
That makes sense. I guess it's just finding the balance between supplement and additional fortified products, for example. There's a place for everything, I guess.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's at the end of the day, we want children to learn how to eat healthy. We want them to have their bitefuls of their meals need to be of value. So you don't want empty calories. You know, you often hear of, for example, especially in the breakfast cereal market, we talk a lot about, well, they might as well just eat the box or the calories are pretty empty. So if you're buying a breakfast cereal, you're buying a yogurt, or you're buying a product that has got good nutrition in it, that is good and it's going to benefit your child. But it's not going to fill those extra needs your child has, and it's not going to correct deficiencies like a product like Pediasure, which is both going to be a source of a range of different nutrients. It's also going to support their immune system, as well as also provide and help them with their growth and their development, both cognitively and physically. So both their brain function as well as their body. And that is the benefit of a nutritional supplement like a Pediasure.
That's really helpful. I think I'm not going to feel so overwhelmed next time I go in store. That's brilliant.